You think you know Italian until Italians throw words at you like Incho, pisolino, or Shala into every sentence, and suddenly it's like they're speaking a completely different language. Sound familiar? If you've ever smiled and nodded your way through a conversation in Italian while secretly panicking inside, this lesson is for you. Today, I'm going to walk you through 19 real Italian slang words and phrases that native speakers use in everyday conversation, like how to casually say whatever, how to describe someone who's always disagreeing with you, and what Italians really mean when they say boh. At the end of this lesson, you'll be able to recognize and understand everyday Italian slang, use these expressions naturally and confidently, and avoid awkward misunderstandings in real conversations. And here's the challenge. Only real Italians know these 19 words, so stick around until the end and test yourself with a mini quiz and see how many you get right, including one expression that even advanced learners often misinterpret. And don't worry about taking notes, I've done all the hard work for you. To help you to practice everything you're about to learn here today, make sure you download your free PDF cheat sheet with all the vocabulary and examples from this lesson. Just click on the link in the description box below this video. Pronti? Are you ready? Iniziamo! Let's get started. Ciao, I'm Michelle. That's Michelle with one L. And even though my dad is Italian, I didn't grow up speaking Italian. I was named after my nonno, Michele, and learned Italian as an adult. Now I teach thousands of learners and students, just like you, how to speak Italian with confidence using my unique 80-20 method. So why is learning Italian slang so important? Well, in Italy, slang is everywhere, even in business settings, where you'd expect nothing but polished, formal language. Italians love using slang because it's quick, punchy, and adds personality to their conversation. Using the right Italian slang words can instantly make you sound more authentic and helps you to connect with native speakers on a deeper level. Now that's why learning slang should be included as part of your Italian language learning journey. Now there is a lot to unpack, like when to use each phrase, how to use it, and when not to use it, which is why I created the Intrepid Italian 30-day slang challenge. It's all about helping you unlock and master over 150 of these everyday Italian slang words and phrases with daily lessons and quizzes. If you want to find out more about that, just click on the link in the description below. But for now, let's start small and learn a few expressions that will make you feel right at home in an Italian conversation. The first phrase is boh. This means, I don't know. Now, if there's one word that will instantly make you sound more Italian, it's boh. Now, it's an expression that can be used when you have no clue about something, and it comes with its own body language as well. A casual shrug of the shoulders and maybe a tilt of the head. Take a look at this dialogue.
Cosa fai a Capodanno? Boh, non ho ancora deciso.
What are you doing for New Year's? I don't know, I haven't decided yet. Now, some believe that boh is an onomatopoeic word, meaning it mimics the sound you might unconsciously make when expressing uncertainty, like a vocal shrug. Over time, it has become a casual element of everyday conversations, and now you can't have a true Italian moment without it. But as much as Italians love their boh, this word can sometimes come across as a bit blunt, so keep it casual with close friends and family. If a stranger asks you for directions and you respond with a boh, you might sound quite rude. In those situations, it's better to go for a polite
Non lo so.
I don't know instead. Boh can also be used as a way to say that's enough in a super informal way. For example, if your nonna is filling your plate with a mountain of spaghetti, you've reached your pasta limit, you can say boh and let her know that she can stop. But again, use it with people you know well. Your waiter might not appreciate a boh mid-pour. The next Italian slang term you should learn is
Tipo?
This means like. If you spend even 5 minutes around Italians, you'll hear tipo in almost every sentence. It's one of those versatile words that pop up in all sorts of situations. Here's how Italians use tipo. To give an example, instead of the standard word esempio, example. Italians say tipo to make their sentences feel more casual. Take a look at this dialogue.
Dai, dimmi un tuo difetto. Sono molto timido. Tipo, quando devo parlare in pubblico, mi blocco.
Come on, tell me one of your flaws. I'm really shy. Like, when I have to speak in public, I freeze up. When you want to ask about a type of thing or category, tipo is your go-to word to keep things simple and casual. Take a look at this example.
Che tipo di pizza preferisci?
What kind of pizza do you prefer? When you want to talk about some guy or that person without getting specific, either because you forgot their name or you just want to keep things vague, you can say,
Ieri ho rivisto il tipo della palestra.
Yesterday, I went out with that guy from the gym again. You can also use it to guess numbers. If you're not sure about the exact number of something or you want to give a ballpark figure, tipo is perfect for tossing out an estimate. Take a look at this example.
Saranno passate tipo 1000 persone al nostro stand.
Like about 1,000 people passed by our booth. The next Italian slang term is
Avere un chiodo fisso.
This means to be obsessed with something. Have you ever had something stuck in your head that you just can't shake off? Well, this is the perfect Italian expression to describe that feeling. Literally, it translates to have a fixed nail, and it conveys the idea of being obsessed with something, as if it's being nailed into your brain. Take a look at this example.
Ultimamente Serena ha un chiodo fisso per il riciclo. Non butta via niente.
Lately, Serena has been obsessed with recycling. She doesn't throw anything away. You can also hear this expression in different variations, including
Diventare un chiodo fisso.
to become an obsession, or
Essere un chiodo fisso.
to be an obsession. Take a look at this example.
Imparare a suonare la chitarra è diventato un chiodo fisso per Cesare.
Learning to play the guitar has become an obsession of Cesare.
Vai in palestra anche oggi? Ma allora è proprio un chiodo fisso.
You're going to the gym again today? That's really an obsession. The next Italian slang term is
Che figata!
which means that's so cool. Now, when you hear an Italian say che figata, you know something amazing just happened. Now, this is an exclamation that you can use to show your excitement for something super cool or totally awesome, like a fun event, a great idea, or just something really impressive. You'll hear it used a lot by younger Italians, but even adults use it in casual settings. Take a look at this dialogue.
Quest'estate ci sarà un mega festival di musica elettronica vicino a Roma. Che figata! Ci andiamo?
This summer there will be a huge electronic music festival near Rome. How cool! Shall we go? Italians also use the variations
Che figo! Che fico!
or
Troppo figo! Troppo fico!
which equally mean that something is amazing and can be used both for things or situations or even for attractive people. However, while it's all fun and casual when talking about things, be careful when you're talking about people, especially women. For example, saying,
Quanto è figa Jane Fonda!
How cool is Jane Fonda? This is a playful comment that you might share with friends to say that despite her age, she's still got it. But saying,
Hai visto che figa quella tipa?
have you seen how hot that girl is? Could easily come across as being vulgar. The next Italian slang term is
Pisolino.
This means nap. Now, when Italians have a post-meal abbiocco, that blissful after-meal sleepiness that you might call a food coma in English, they often take a pisolino, a nap. Now, this cute little word comes from the Tuscan dialect, where
Pisolo.
and the verb
Pisolare.
refer to a short, light sleep. Interestingly, pisolare is linked to the old Italian word pesolo, meaning pendulum, referring to the fact that that back and forth motion of our head as we drift off to sleep is just like a swinging pendulum. And here's a fun bonus. Pisolo is the name of the sleepy dwarf in Biancaneve, Snow White. Now, Italians commonly use
fare un pisolino,
literally to make a nap, but they also often use the expression
schiacciare un pisolino,
which literally means to squash a nap. Sounds odd, doesn't it? Well, no one really knows why they use this phrase, but one theory traces it back to Renaissance-era Florence, where goldsmiths would take a quick nap while waiting for metal to cool. And since the cooling process was called
schiacciata,
which sounds a lot like schiacciare, they ended up using that verb to refer to taking a nap. Take a look at this dialogue.
Vieni in spiaggia con noi? Schiaccio un pisolino e vi raggiungo più tardi.
Do you want to come to the beach with us? I'm going to take a nap and I'll join you later. Now, to learn 15 untranslatable words in Italian that you wish existed in English, make sure you watch my video lesson right here. Are you enjoying this lesson? Don't let the learning stop here. Make sure you download your free PDF cheat sheet, which you'll find a link to in the description below this video. Okay, the next Italian slang term is
Shala.
This means take it easy. Shala is one of those cool Roman dialect words that have become a must-know in the vocabulary of Italian teens. It's their way of saying chill out, calm down, or take it easy when someone is getting a little too worked up over something that doesn't need to be a big deal. The origins of this word are a bit of a mystery. Some people say it comes from the dialectal verb
scialare,
which means to enjoy yourself. Others think it's an Italian twist on the Arabic inshallah, literally if Allah wants, which translates to God willing. Either way, the sentiment is the same, keeping things cool and relaxed. Take a look at this dialogue.
Hai studiato per il compito di storia? Oh mamma, scialla, studio stasera.
Did you study for the history test? Oh my gosh, Mum, relax, I'll study tonight. This expression gained popularity thanks to the movie Shala by Francesco Bruni, which follows a Roman teenager who adopts Shala as his life motto. Now, while it's a fun Italian slang word to know, especially if you're hanging around teenagers, I'd recommend leaving it out of your own conversations unless you're ready for some giggles, since it has a very youthful vibe. Now, if you want to learn more about Roman words and expressions, make sure to watch my video lesson right here. The next Italian slang term is
meno male.
This means luckily or thank goodness. Meno male or meno male, written separately, is the typical expression of relief in Italian, used in those moments when disaster almost strikes, but then it doesn't. It combines the words meno for less and male for bad, which, when you think about it, makes sense. Less bad is good. Now, you'll often hear it as a simple standalone exclamation of relief. Take a look at this dialogue.
Carlo è caduto dalla moto, ma non si è fatto niente. Meno male.
Carlo fell off his motorbike, but he's fine. Thank goodness. But it can also be followed by the conjunction che, meaning that, and a verb in the indicative to explain why you're relieved. Take a look at this example.
Sta iniziando a piovere. Meno male che abbiamo gli ombrelli.
It's starting to rain. Thank goodness we have umbrellas. Additionally, Italians love to use meno male with a little bit of sarcasm when someone's actions don't quite match their words. For example,
Meno male che non ti piaceva la mia torta. Ne hai mangiata mezza.
Thank goodness you didn't like my cake. You only ate half of it. The next Italian slang term is
fregarsene.
Literally, not care. Fregarsene is the ultimate Italian word for expressing complete indifference in Italian. It's a pronominal verb that comes from the verb
fregare,
to scrub or to steal, which changes meaning when paired with the pronoun si, which turns to se when followed by another pronoun, like in this case, and the particle ne. To conjugate it, start with the reflexive pronoun se when changes depending on the subject. Then add ne, which always stays the same. Finally, conjugate the verb fregare to match the subject. For example, Me ne frego, I don't care. Te ne freghi, you don't care, and so on. To practice, you can listen to the song Me ne frego by Achille Lauro, a catchy tune to add to your Italian playlist. Now, you'll often hear Italians say,
E chi se ne frega?
when they want to show just how little they care about something, similar to saying, who cares in English. Take a look at this dialogue.
Ho sentito che c'è ancora tempo per iscriversi a quel corso. E chi se ne frega? Io non voglio più studiare.
I heard there's still time to sign up for that course. Who cares? I don't want to study anymore. Now, while fregarsene is very common in Italian, it's not the most polite thing to say. If you want a more softer or more neutral way to express the same idea, use
Importare.
to care instead. Compare these two sentences.
Me ne frego della vostra opinione. Io vado avanti per la mia strada.
I don't care about your opinion. I'm going my way. This is strong and perhaps a little aggressive. Alternatively, you can say,
Non mi importa della vostra opinione. Io vado avanti per la mia strada.
I don't care about your opinion. I'm going my own way. This is much gentler. Now, to learn more about how and when to use pronominal verbs in Italian, make sure you watch my video lesson right here. Okay, the next Italian slang term and expression to use is
Tizio, Caio e Sempronio.
in English, we might say Tom, Dick, and Harry. Now, when you want to talk about random people, in Italy, you won't hear Tom, Dick, and Harry like you would in English. Instead, you'll meet Tizio, Caio, e Sempronio, the magic trio of hypothetical nobodies in conversations. Take a look at this example.
Smettila di raccontare i fatti miei a Tizio, Caio e Sempronio.
Stop telling my business to every Tom, Dick, and Harry. But these aren't just random names. Back in medieval Bologna, a legal scholar named Irnerio, one of the founders of modern law, used Tizio, Caio, and Sempronio in his legal examples because they were super common names at the time, kind of like Marco and Maria today. The next slang term is
Inciucio.
This means sneaky details or a secret romance. Now, think of inciuccio as the Italian way of describing anything that's a little hush-hush, whether it's politics or romance. If something's happening behind closed doors, where people are whispering about it, chances are it's an inciuccio. When talking about politics, this word refers to the classic under-the-table agreements, where politicians suddenly become best friends for convenience. Take a look at this example.
Questa legge è il risultato dell'ennesimo inciucio tra i partiti politici.
This law is the result of yet another shady deal between political parties. Instead, when talking about love, inciuccio refers to that situation where something is definitely going on between a couple of people. Take a look at this example.
Quei due hanno un inciucio, te lo dico io.
Those two have something going on, I'm telling you. The next Italian slang term is
Mai una gioia.
This can be translated as life sucks. You know those times when nothing ever seems to go right? Well, Italians have a perfect expression for that. Mai una gioia, literally meaning never a joy. This expression is used both by teenagers and adults when life throws one inconvenience too many your way. It's sarcastic, a bit dramatic, and totally relatable. For example, it's Friday night. You stop by the store to grab your favorite bottle of wine, only to find it's sold out. Mai una gioia. Or you finally plan that dream weekend trip to Venice, only to find out there's a train strike. Mai una gioia. Oh, take a look at this example.
Finalmente ho lavato la macchina e dopo un'ora ha iniziato a piovere. Mai una gioia.
I finally washed my car, and an hour later it started raining. Never a joy. The next Italian slang phrase is
Che sbatti.
what a hassle.
Che batti.
Is a Milanese slang expression that's typically used when you're faced with something tedious, annoying, or just completely unnecessary. It's short for
Che sbattimento.
And the fact that it's already an abbreviation tells you everything. It's if saying the full word already feels like too much effort. Take a look at this example.
Il capo può fare la riunione solo alle 7 di sera. Che sbatti!
The boss can only have the meeting at 7 p.m. What a hassle. You might also hear
Che sbatta!
and
Che sbattone!
these are just variations, but the meaning stays the same. Are you enjoying this lesson? Don't let the learning stop here. Make sure you download your free PDF cheat sheet for this lesson, which you'll find a link to in the description below this video. Moving on to the next slang term, which is
Alla buona!
This means simple or easygoing. If you've ever heard Italians talking about something alla buona, you're probably in for a treat. This phrase is all about keeping things simple, casual, and unpretentious, and is often used when talking about food to refer to a no-fuss homey meal, often enjoyed in a cozy, informal setting. Take a look at this example.
Stasera ti porto in un ristorante in collina. È un posto alla buona, ma si mangia da Dio.
Tonight I'll take you to a restaurant in the hills. It's a simple place, but the food is amazing. You can also use alla buona to describe someone who is easygoing and down to earth. For instance, when Italians mention
Gente alla buona.
they're talking about genuine, kind people who keep things relaxed and straightforward. When you use alla buona with a verb, the expression changes its meaning, referring to doing something quickly and casually, and maybe not very well. Take a look at this example.
Ho sistemato lo strappo alla buona, visto che sei di fretta. Ma poi dovrai portare la giacca alla sarta.
I stitched up the tear quickly, since you're in a rush, but you'll need to take the jacket to a tailor later. The next Italian slang term is
Un botto.
This means a lot or tons. Botto literally means bang or blow, but when used in the slang expression un botto, it becomes a casual way of saying a lot or tons. It's mostly used to emphasize just how much of something you have or there is, being it things, feelings, or time. Take a look at this example.
Ieri abbiamo camminato un botto per arrivare allo stadio. Tutte le strade erano bloccate.
Yesterday we walked a ton to get to the stadium. All the roads were blocked. Here are a few common ways that you'll hear it in everyday conversations.
Ho speso un botto.
I spent a ton of money.
Ho un botto di cose da fare.
I've got a ton of things to do.
Mi piace un botto.
I like it a lot. The next Italian slang term is
A bizzeffe.
This also means a lot or tons. A bizzeffe is another casual expression to describe a large amount of something in Italian. It's believed to come from the Arabic word bizzaf, meaning a lot, which makes sense given the long history of contact between Italians and Arabs, particularly evident in the Sicilian dialect, where Arabic influence remains alive. Another intriguing theory suggests that bizzeffe comes from the Latin expression
Bis effe.
twofold F, used by ancient Roman magistrates when writing the word
Fiat.
meaning so be it twice, to grant absolute and unconditional pardon. Take a look at this example.
Ieri siamo usciti a cena con Sandro e abbiamo mangiato a bizzeffe.
Yesterday we went out for dinner with Sandra and ate tons. To learn more about the Sicilian language and how it differs from standard Italian, make sure you watch my video lesson right here. Okay, the next slang term is
Chista.
This means I'm down for that, or it's acceptable. Chista is a casual way to say okay in Italian, not an overly enthusiastic yes, let's do it, but more like a relaxed yeah, that sounds good. Take a look at this dialogue.
Regaliamo un buono a tua sorella? Ci sta.
Should we give your sister a gift card? Sounds good. It's also used to say that something is fine, but not necessarily amazing. Imagine you're shopping with your friends and you ask if they like the skirt that you're trying on. Take a look at this dialogue.
Ragazze, vi piace questa gonna? Ci sta.
Guys, do you like it? It's alright. Technically, Chista comes from the verb starci, which has different meanings, so context is important. Apart from agreement and acceptance, it can also mean to fit or to be interested romantically. For example,
Ci sta questa borsa nel bagagliaio?
does this bag fit in the trunk?
Stefano è pazzo di Anna, ma lei non ci sta.
Stefano is crazy about Anna, but she's not into him. The next Italian slang term is
Bastian contrario.
This means to disagree with everything. Now, if you meet someone who just always takes the opposite side of everyone else, whether it's to prove a point or just for the fun of it, that's a bastian contrario for Italians. You know that type. If you say, let's have a pizza, they'll automatically counter with, nah, pasta's better. You call this person a bastian contrario with both the verbs essere, to be, and fare, to do, like this. Take a look.
La smetti di fare il bastian contrario?
Can you stop disagreeing with everything?
Mio figlio è un bastian contrario. Non so da chi ha preso.
My son disagrees with everything. I have no idea where he got it from. But bastian contrario isn't just a random phrase. It comes from a real person. In the 19th century, there was this Piemontese nobleman in the Count of San Sebastiano who fought alongside the Savoy's army. During a battle when everyone else was offered to retreat, he held his position and his stubbornness ended up leading to victory. His name soon became a symbol for anyone who defied orders, and over time, people started to use bastian, a shortened form of Sebastiano, with contrario, meaning contrary, to describe anyone who loves disagreeing with everything. The next Italian slang term to learn is
Cazzeggiare.
This means to fool around. Cazzeggiare is a wonderfully expressive Italian verb that means to fool around, waste time, or engage in completely pointless activities while ignoring responsibilities. Think of it as a fine art of procrastination, Italian style. It's informal and quite vulgar as it comes from cazzo, the not so polite way to refer to male genitals in Italian. You'll want to save this one for casual conversations with friends or laid-back colleagues. Take a look at this example.
Dai ragazzi, non è il momento di cazzeggiare sui social. Dobbiamo finire questa presentazione.
Come on guys, this is no time to fool around on social media. We need to finish this presentation. From cazzeggiare, we also get
Cazzeggio.
a noun that describes the blissful state of doing absolutely nothing productive. Take a look at this example.
Il mio coinquilino è un maestro del cazzeggio. Non fa niente dalla mattina alla sera.
My housemate is a master of goofing around. He does nothing all day. The next Italian slang term is
In colonia.
This means very far away. Why settle for a plain
Molto lontano.
very far away when you can use something more colourful? In colonia literally translates to in Arsland and is a wonderfully expressive phrase Italians use when they're describing a place that's absurdly far away or just a total nightmare to get to. There are a few other equally vivid variations to say the same thing, including
In culandia.
another take on Arsland,
In culo al mondo.
in the arse of the world, and
In culo ai lupi.
in the arse of the wolves. But before you start dropping these phrases into every conversation to complain about how far your Italian friends are dragging you, a quick note. While these expressions are not offensive, they're definitely on the vulgar side, so best to save them for more informal conversations with close friends. Take a look at this example sentence.
Hai parcheggiato in colonia e adesso dobbiamo fare i chilometri.
You parked in the middle of nowhere and now we have to walk for miles.
Mi hanno parlato bene di quel ristorante, ma è in culo al mondo.
I've heard good things about that restaurant, but it's in the middle of nowhere. So how well do you know your Italian slang? Now it's time to test your knowledge. You're about to see 10 questions. For each sentence, fill in the blank, choosing the most appropriate slang term. Pronti? Cominciamo. Here's the first phrase.
Abbiamo fatto una cena tra amici, senza troppe formalità. Tutto a bizzeffe, alla buona, in Culandia.
And the answer is?
Alla buona.
Question number 2 is?
Quando dico che mi piace una cosa, lui subito dice che fa schifo. È proprio un tipo, inciucio, bastian contrario.
And the answer is?
Bastian contrario.
Here comes number 3.
Gli ho detto cosa fare, ma ha voluto chiedere anche a un botto. Tizio, Caio e Sempronio. Un inciucio.
And the answer is?
Tizio, Caio e Sempronio.
Coming in at number 4 we have?
Dobbiamo comprare qualcosa per la festa. Patatine, bibite e qualche dolce. Alla buona. A bizzeffe. Tipo.
And the answer is?
Tipo.
Question number 5 is?
Si risolve tutto. Shala. Mai una gioia. Un chiodo fisso.
And the answer is?
Shala.
How are you going so far? Don't forget to share your final score in the comments below. Okay, number 6 is?
Ci siamo persi e siamo finiti alla buona. A bizzeffe. In Culonia.
And the answer is?
In Culonia.
Question number 7. What is this one?
Volevo andare in spiaggia e ha iniziato a piovere. Che figata! Mai una gioia. Chista.
And the answer is?
Mai una gioia.
And the next question is?
Dopo pranzo faccio un bel chiodo fisso. Pisolino. Cazzeggio.
And the answer is?
Pisolino.
Coming in at number 9. What is this one?
Hanno fatto tutto in segreto e all'improvviso hanno annunciato la novità. Ci sta. Che sbatti. Che inciucio.
And the answer is?
Che inciucio.
And question number 10. What is this one?
I miei amici non vogliono studiare. Passano il tempo a cazzeggiare, fregarsene, inciuciare.
And the correct answer is?
Cazzeggiare.
How did you do? What was your score out of 10? Let me know in the comments. Now, to continue your learning and to help you practice everything that you've learned here today, make sure you download your free PDF cheat sheet, which you'll find a link to in the description below this video. If you enjoyed this lesson, then you'll love Intrepid Italian, my series of online self-paced video courses that break down everything you need to know about Italian using my unique 80-20 method. More details in the description below. Now, if you enjoyed this lesson, make sure you take my free Italian level test right here. Plus, if you want to test your advanced Italian vocabulary and see if you know all 15 of these Italian words, it basically means that your Italian is amazing. If you want to find out if you know them, click on this video right here. In the meantime, hit that like button, subscribe to my channel and turn on those notifications so you get an alert when I post more video lessons like this one. Until next time, un abbraccio. Ciao!